Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mr. Dead here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video just gonna be a little check-in. I didn't post too much last week. Last week was, again, it just seems like this whole month was just one of those months, you know. Yeah, I think that's just the best way to put it. This month was definitely one of those months. I know that the beginning of the month wasn't really that good, but the last few days, that was also kind of shitty. I'm actually glad, not too glad, as you can see. Yeah, that's because of stress. So, you know, I was thinking about not even posting because of this freaking thing I got on my face. But I'm glad that I'm posting today instead of last week, because last week wasn't the best. I'm really thankful. I just want to quickly say thanks to my support group. Those of you who are watching, who are part of my support group, you guys know who you are. You know, if it wasn't for them, it would be different times right now. Last week was hard. You know, I thought that the beginning of the week was going great. I thought that I actually had everything planned out. I was on track, with my goals, doing my budgeting, all that stuff. I even wanted to start a new segment, which I am still going to start, with regards to just being transparent about my debt and the journey and how I allocate my check every other week whenever I get it, to just pay off the debts and just to get to my goals. And then I just got news about my job, and was really shitty, you know, after knowing someone for over 13 years that I dedicated my time to because I thought that they would help me grow. Just didn't work out that way, unfortunately. And once again, I found myself in a situation where it feels like I got fucked over. You know, it feels like I got betrayed, backstabbed, however you want to call it, because I was promised one thing yet again. And, you know, this time it wasn't from a real estate course. It wasn't from an outsider. It was from someone who I've known and I worked for over 13 years. And I never thought that they would stab me in the back the way that I felt like I got stabbed in the back. And it was tough, you know, especially I think the hardest part was because, you know, I feel like everything was fitting in place. You know, career-wise, I had the goals. I had everything planned out with my girlfriend too for the future. Just everything seemed to have fit. And sure enough, when just as you think that everything seems like it's gonna fit, something happens, a curveball is thrown, and the plans get all mixed up and screwed up. And yeah, the end of last week was really tough. I found myself getting really into my head and just going down a hole. And luckily my support group pulled me out. If I were to have made this video last week, it would have been a lot different, let's just put it. But I'm glad that I was able to talk to the people I talked to, get the help that I needed. And, you know, the situation is still shitty because plans have changed. However, I was able to collect my thoughts and figure out a game plan as to how I'm gonna get back onto the horse, right? With as little to no setbacks as possible in the plan of becoming debt free, right? Because my plan is to be debt free beginning of 2025. And there's two options that I'm basically taking. Option A is I'm looking to get back out into the field and kind of start from there. Or option B, which that'll have no setbacks, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But then option B is to do another career in construction, and that's starting from ground zero and working my way back up. But it's just this video, I just really want to stress the importance of having a support system. Having a support system that can really get you out of the funk that you were in. Because once again, I found myself, in my room, lights off, just playing the victim card. I found myself doing that, thinking, why me? And it was shitty feeling. It was a shitty feeling, and even though I feel like the alternate plan has been set up, still feel a little bit crappy of just of the situation and how I am in it. However, you can't fix it, unfortunately. And it's tried and true that everything's always temporary. There's a positive to every negative, but I couldn't make that video last week because it was really hard to take that advice. I have to say it. I have to say with confidence that last week it was freaking tough. It's very easy sitting there and telling people what they have to do and that everything's only temporary and you have to look at the positive. But when you're in that situation, alone, and when you get in your head, it's really freaking hard to get out of that. And my support group was there for me, even though I wasn't always the easiest to deal with last week. They still stuck it out with me. They helped me out. And it just goes to show you that even though you have a plan set up, just try not to get bummed out when it has to change. Have that game plan set up, but don't think of it as a concrete plan. Think of it as a fluid plan. It's going to change. That's going to happen. Life always is going to get in the way, unfortunately. And you just have to make sure that you get on course and find out how to come up with that alternative plan as quickly as possible. But yeah, I just wanted to reach out, let you guys know that June of 2023 is definitely one for the record books. But at the end of the day, even though it seems like it was a big negative, I feel like it's going to be a big turning point at the same time. So I'd like to say I am excited to see what comes of it in the future, and I know that this time next year will be a lot different. So once again, everybody, just hang in there, okay? Take it just one step at a time. Make sure you have that game plan. Make sure you are aware that it's going to change, and have that support group in check for when it does change and when you get into your head and those shitty situations happen. And if you don't have anybody, if you don't have that support group, reach out to me. I can always help out. I'll always try to give whatever advice I can on a situation that I've been through and experiences that I have to help any of those of you who are watching who need the help. So if you need the help, reach out. Make sure that you get the help that you need and understand that it's okay to not be okay. All right? So like I said, this week I'm going to be starting a new segment. Look out for that. I'm going to look forward to making some new content. So that's a little recap. Sorry for going on a little bit longer than I wanted to, but that's that. So hope you guys are having a good week. Hope you're having a great month. Let me know if you are. If you aren't, share whatever you want to share. I look forward to making more content like this. And remember, shoulders back, chin up, and I'll see you on the next one.